celebrations in Gaza as beleaguered residents learned that, at long last, a ceasefire deal has been struck. Anxiety in Tel Aviv, where hostages' families waited to learn if their loved ones would be among the first tranche released in the multi-stage deal. And relief in Washington, as President Joe Biden, nearing the final days of his presidency, hailed a three-phase ceasefire deal that ends 15 months of violence, displacement, and anxiety.
Fighting in Gaza will stop, and soon the hostages will return home to their families.
President-elect Donald Trump said on his social media network that he was thrilled by the deal and that his administration would build upon its success to expand the U.S.-mediated Abraham Accords to normalize Arab-Israeli relations. Analysts say Trump's fiery threats last week of all hell breaking loose unless there was a deal before his inauguration may have played a role.
Really, there isn't very much more hell that you could unleash on the current inhabitants of Gaza. They're already in hell. But there's also the feeling that he must have placed some pressure on Prime Minister Netanyahu as well. And this is why we are now moving forward.
And what about the day after? Analysts are not optimistic that the next administration can reach a two-state solution.
I don't see it under the Trump administration, and that's not squarely a criticism of the Trump administration or anyone else. I think both the Israelis and Palestinians are so far off on making the sort of the hard agreements necessary to achieve a two-state solution.
The deal Qatar's prime minister laid out has three stages. First, the release of an initial 33 hostages over the course of a 42-day ceasefire, and an increased flow of aid into Gaza. Then negotiations begin on the second phase, which aims to bring the conflict to a permanent end, alongside a full Israeli withdrawal and the release of all remaining hostages. And the third phase covers the proverbial day after, Gaza's rebuilding with a new governing and security structure. Anita Powell, VOA News, Washington.